Hey everybody, Sandy here. Today I want to talk about planning. It's that time of year when we're all thinking about our goals and our dreams and our vision for the year and what we want to accomplish. One of the things that I find a lot, and it surprises me, is how many nonprofits do not have a plan. They're just shooting from the hip. They're making it up as they go. They have no idea what they're going to be doing next. And guess what? It's really hard to have a record-breaking year without a plan. It's really hard to fully fund your budget when you don't know what's coming next. Having a plan moves you from being reactive and dealing with the crisis du jour to being proactive, so you can work on what you want to and finally get to those big things that you want to get to. You know what that feels like. You know when you have a long to-do list and then somebody dumps something on top of it and somebody else dumps something on top of it, and you're dealing with all the really urgent stuff and you never get to the projects that you really want to work on. Having a plan eliminates a lot of confusion, so you don't have to worry about, like, what am I supposed to be doing? And you're secretly thinking that you're missing something. Having that plan creates the clarity so that you know exactly what you should be working on. It also fights what I call shiny ball syndrome, which is when you get really wrapped up in all the latest, greatest, and the new things. You're like, oh, here's this great new thing on Facebook, and oh, here's this new social media plan. It fights all that because you know exactly what you need to work on. You can look at your plan. It tells you what to do. You've already thought through it. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So it gives you the peace and the confidence that you're on the right path and you're doing what you should be doing. So if having a plan gives you all that great stuff, why do more people not plan? Why do so many people resist it? Well, after doing this for, 20 or 30 years at this point, and working with probably hundreds of nonprofit directors and founders and board members, I've seen some trends. I've seen actually 5 reasons why people don't plan. I want to share those with you real quick because I find that when you understand the reason why you don't do something, you can start to overcome it. Any good 12-step program starts with recognizing that you have a problem. So you can't fix it if you don't acknowledge it's there. All right, so the first reason why some people don't plan is what I call shoulding. People think, oh, I got this. I should be able to do it. I should be able to get this all done. I should be able to figure it all out. Yeah, and people tend to overestimate what they think they can get done. They also put a lot of pressure on themselves by thinking, oh, I should know how to do this. I should be able to handle it. And if they're not really sure, there's some doubt, or maybe they've got another one of these problems going on, that shoulding actually causes a lot of pressure. It's very negative. It doesn't help anything. And then people just kind of spiral down. They feel really guilty, and then they don't do anything. So shoulding does not help anybody. And a lot of us should on ourselves all the time. I should eat better. I should exercise more. I should get up earlier and get started in the day. We all do this to ourselves all the time, and it doesn't help anything. So shoulding, that's the first one. Perfectionism, and I can raise my hand on this one. I like things to be just so. And what happens when you're a perfectionist, you tend to want the perfect plan. You want the perfect template. And if you don't have the perfect template, then you're like, well, I'm not going to do this if I can't get it just right. Well, I'm here to tell you there is no perfect template. There's a lot of different templates. I have a very nice template that I have refined and edited over the years. I use it with my clients, and I absolutely adore this template. More about that in a minute. So perfectionism is another one. Another one is what I call rigidity. And that's when you think, like, I can't put a plan together because then somebody's going to actually hold my feet to the fire to get it done. Like, I don't want it to be, I'm afraid if I have all this stuff in a plan, then there's going to be no flexibility. There's no room for me to move and to do something else. I'm a very opportunistic person. I have a plan, and then, like, man, some great thing falls out of the sky, and I'm like, whoa, look at that. I like that flexibility. Well, here's the good news. Your plan is not written in stone. Your fundraising plan can change. You can review it every month, have a look at it, make some changes, adjust where you need to. It's a living document, and I think that is good news for everybody. So shoulding, perfectionism, rigidity, inadequacy is actually a reason why people don't plan, because people think, I don't have enough information. I need to go collect some more data. I need to pull another report. Like, I'm going to be missing something here. Or maybe they get the plan part of the way done, and then they feel like it's not quite right. They're missing something, and so they never finish it. And that's a huge problem. And I'll tell you a secret. Imperfect always wins over perfect. Done is better than perfect. Your finished plan, even if it only feels like it's 70%, your finished plan done and implemented is always going to win over something that never gets completed in the first place. Done is better than perfect. Don't try to make it perfect. So watch out for that. You don't always need to know all the answers. One of my favorite quotes is, you don't need to see the whole staircase, you just need to see the first step. That's all you need to take to get it moving. And then you can continue to adjust and monitor your plan as you go. So the last of the 5 is imposter syndrome. This one, I think, strikes an awful lot of founders, especially people who start nonprofits thinking, I want to make this change in the world. I want to do some good. And then they get in there and go like, oh, now I gotta run this organization, and I might have to hire some people, and I need to do strategic planning, and I gotta do fundraising, and who am I? I don't know how to do all this stuff. I never had any training in it. I don't know what I'm doing. That's very common. It's very common for founders and directors to have imposter syndrome and just feel like a fraud. They feel like they shouldn't be doing it. There's probably 50 other people in the world who are smarter, who could do this instead of you. But here's the deal. Especially for you, if you're a founder, if you have been called to start this nonprofit, if you are here to do this work, you have been gifted with the talents and the skills and the wherewithal to figure it out. Trust me on that. You're smart enough, you can figure it out. Now here, literally, if you don't know how to do it yourself, you do know how to hire somebody to help you with that. I do it all the time. For example, I am not that great at accounting. That was the very first thing that I did when I started this business. Was I hired somebody to help me with the bookkeeping and accounting. So you're the same way. You have the wherewithal to say, I don't want to do that. I'm not any good at that. Let me get some help with that. You can do a plan the same way. You can get some help if you need it. So there you go. 5 reasons why people don't plan. I'm curious if any of those resonate, and you may be like a lot of my students and have a couple of those that really resonate with you. So here's the deal. If you realize that you're struggling with imposter syndrome, or you're feeling like you don't want this in writing, you don't want to be too rigid, or you're a perfectionist, it's okay. Just acknowledge that that's what's going on for you, and then start to take the first step. Always just need to take steps. Baby steps will get you where you need to go. No worries at all. Now, if you really want some help, you would like me to maybe hold your hand and walk you through this, we have our Fundraising Blueprint workshop coming, and it's an opportunity for me to walk you through the 7 steps that I walk my own clients through to create their fundraising plan. And here's the 7 steps. I want to give you an idea of what we're going to talk about and what we're going to cover, and then you can decide if this is a good fit for you or not. So the first thing we do is I give you homework, and we gather some numbers. And so part of the workshop is us reviewing your historical data to see what worked well that you need to bring forward again, what maybe wasn't that great you can tweak and bring forward, what needs to be just scrapped. So we do the historical review. Then I teach you how to set an impact goal that sort of creates this overarching goal that everything in your fundraising plan needs to support. I'll show you how to set 3 critical targets, and every fundraising plan needs to address these. One of them, you're going to go, duh, although there's a little twist on it that might surprise you, and the other 2, you're going to go, oh, that makes a lot of sense. There's the 3 critical targets that everything in your plan needs to support and move toward. Then I'm going to show you how to play to your strengths. So as we start to think about choosing the strategies and picking the exact things that you want to put in your plan, how do you play to your strengths, both your personal strengths and your organization's strengths? And so we take all of that and kind of massage it together, and then we talk about how to choose the strategies, how to choose the specific things that you want to put in your plan so that they're generating the revenue that you need to meet your fundraising goals. It's pretty cool. Then we talk about getting it in writing. Writing it down is critical, and I will share with you the template that I use with my clients. It's a fairly detailed template. You're going to love it. It has a nice summary page that you can share with your board to give them an idea of what you're doing. And then it has pages and pages and pages of detail and action plans. And then it finishes with my very popular summary calendar, so you can see at a glance what's going on. So I'll give you the template, and I'll give you a sample plan. If you're like me and you're like, just give me a sample and I can figure it out, you'll get the template and the sample as well. So You can get all the details and register at getfullyfunded.com/blueprint. If you don't have your plan put together for this year, come and join me and let's just get this handled. And the best parts of the year for fundraising are coming. You can make the most of it if you have a plan so that you can be proactive and go after the things that you really want to take advantage of. Getfullyfunded.com/blueprint. I will see you there. Bye.